All right, the time has come. Let's talk about 7-star Fryevia. Fryevia is a very interesting unit. Ever since I first saw Fryevia, I was just kind of in love. This essentially ice hybrid unit that has this really nice unit design that was super interesting. Like, I am a big fan of hybrids, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. When Kurosame came out on the JP side, I made sure to get my 7-star Kurosame because he is freaking cool. And this was my consolation prize to us never getting Fryevia. Well, now Fryevia's 7-star is here, and I finally get to talk about whether or not I think this is any good. Well, first of all, let's talk about something that I'm really not a fan of in Fryevia's kit, which is her TMR, a 92 attack, 112 magic ice element sword. Yeah, its stats aren't super good, and into the future with the new damage formula, it's gonna kind of devaluate even more. I've talked about how much I thought that Kurosame's Super TMR was essentially just a better thing for her, and taking a look at her 7-star kit, I'm not entirely convinced that I'm wrong. But let's talk about her Super TMR, because this is something I really want to talk about, which is the Florid Hairpin, which is a 25 attack, 25 magic accessory. And what's nice about this accessory is it has Fencer's Poise. Increase equipment, attack, and magic by 50% when single wielding any weapon. Increase accuracy by 25%. This is incredible. This TMR is absolutely one of my favorites in the game. This is what I really want on the JP side, is a true dual hand hybrid bonus. This is really cool. This is essentially the Marshall Glove of hybrids. Absolutely incredible for any hybrid in the future. If you're a Kurosame user, if you prefer Kurosame, Fryevia's Super TMR is just badass for him. So yeah, absolutely think her Super TMR is tippity tip top tier. Now, looking at her stats, I guess it kind of balances out an extra. Her base attack at a 7-star maxed out is 188, and her magic is 210. But she can put an extra 65 points into attack and 40 into magic. So it kind of balances out. Interesting, I guess. But with Magna's TMR recently being buffed on the JP or on the global side, this essentially bodes well for Fryevia. Looking at Fryevia's 7-star kit, having Flower Assault, a hybrid 12 times to one enemy that chains with Octo Slash, is pretty nice. If you're wondering about Sephiroth's, future on potentially in the global side, yeah, if you get his Super TMR, he'll be plenty fine into the future, especially with his enhancements. Don't worry, we'll get there. But yes, this is, it's a nice chaining family to be part of, and it has a pretty high modifier. The hybrid damage is always a bit of a nice thing and a bad thing. What do I mean? Well, physical and magical immunities kind of kill a hybrid unit, so that's always the bad thing about that. But God, I love a hybrid unit. I don't understand. We need like more love for hybrid units. Frost Riposte, whatever. 3-turn cooldown, available turn 3. Ice hybrid of 21 times to one enemy. Increase defense and spirit of 150% for 3 turns to the caster. Kind of interesting, a defensive and offensive move. It's essentially good when you pair it with On Guard, a 7-turn cooldown, available turn 1. Increase attack and magic by 200% for 3 turns to the caster. Remove all deep breaks from the caster. Refresh MP 150, split with a 0.75 times mod, split over 3 turns, and enables triple cast for 3 turns. Now, she also gets her double casting in her 7-star, which is good, as if she's going to be a true dual hand, and this is really nice for her. On Guard is a really big buff for her if you do On Guard into Frost Riposte. God damn it. I'm super tired. I'm not even thinking anymore. Anyway, doing one into the other should be a very, very nice amount of damage coming off of that, especially with a good ice debuff. But I also find it interesting about the Frost Riposte, just Frost Riposte. Anyway, I find it interesting that it gives her a defensive buff, and that's kind of interesting about Fryevia, is that, I always talk about, into the future, something that's going to help attacking units is just being more durable. So yeah, this is pretty cool that she can give herself a defensive buff as well as a offensive buff. Although On Guard being on a 7-turn cooldown with only giving a 3-turn boost is kind of rough. It's pretty rough. I'm not a super big fan of On Guard. I think its cooldown is way too long. But hey, maybe it's okay. Now, what I don't think is okay is Twin Saber Style. By equipping her TMR, enables dual wielding for one-handed weapons, increase attack and magic by 30% when dual wielding, and increase attack and magic 30% overall. One, this kind of goes against the rest of her 7-star kit, and I get it. I do get it, you guys. Like, you can make her one way or the other. You can make her dual wield, or you can make her dual hand. I don't really care about that point for a couple of reasons. One, any unit that has a split direction a lot, it just isn't quite as good as a focused unit. Take CG Lightning and Axstar, for example. Both of them are very clearly focused on either dual hand or dual wield, and are considerably better for it when their kits aren't trying to accommodate everything. Twin Saber Style, the TMR just isn't good enough. Like, you're much better equipping the super tier TMR of Kurosame and just passing up on the 30% attack and magic and just getting it from other places. The extra stats will probably do you better anyway. Now, if you want to build her dual wield, then yeah, her TMR is essential. But again, I don't feel like it's super good in her kit, and it's probably given that how her super TMR is, I feel that making a true dual hand hybrid will probably be better, especially if you can get that super TMR. So yeah, I'm more of a fan of that. Not a fan of her TMR ability at all. I feel it's actually pretty bad. Glacial Mastery, an increase of attack and magic 30% when equipped with a ice weapon. Kurosame's fits that. Increase ice resistance and increase Frostflower Blitz modifier. Increase MP, increase HP, increase attack and magic 50% when equipping with a single weapon, and 25% accuracy. Like, she has so much true dual hand hybrid in her kit that it seems a shame to waste it on dual wield. But hey, maybe not everyone has the gear for it, so I can kind of understand that. Now, her Limit Burst Ice Prison is pretty interesting. An ice hybrid 24.8 times mod to all enemies, inflict stop at a 94% for 3 turns to all enemies. This is going to be annoying in Arena. Have fun, Global. Really, have fun with this. I don't even want to deal with this. This is just annoying, especially because her Limit Burst is cheap, and the AI loves to use Limit Burst whenever it can. So, overall, what do I think of Fryevia? Having not seen Aurora Fryevia yet, I'm almost 100% convinced that Aurora Fryevia will be considerably better than Fryevia is. Fryevia's kit is really good. She has a really great super TMR, and she'll probably be good for a good long time. But unlocking her triple casting either requires you to use her Limit Burst, which looks like it effectively gives... Oh, sorry, her Limit Burst also gives triple cast. I forgot to mention that. But the way I read it is it's effectively for 1 turn, whereas the thing with the very long cooldown really only gives it for a couple more turns. Like, so, for 1 more turn or whatever. But the point is that Fryevia has I feel like she got what she needed, but only enough in such that she will be, pretty strong. I feel like Aurora Fryevia will probably be considerably stronger than regular Fryevia, and I don't feel like that is too big of a leap to make. Alum wants people to pull new units and not just rely on old units. So yeah, when I got looking at Fryevia, I do like a lot of stuff that she got. I think she got a really good 7-star kit for anybody who's super happy about and loves Fryevia. All the power to you. But I'm almost 99% sure Aurora Fryevia will be better. Make that 99.9. Anyway, Aurora Fryevia, really cool unit. I hope a ton of people use her and prove me wrong that she will be great for a long time to come. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video when we talk about probably Barrel. Sure, why not? Let's do Barrel.